Yeah, been good. A lot of baseball.
How's it treating you?
Good, good.
Any big takedowns yet?
No binks. A couple top tens.
Oh shit.
Payday is like the best candy bar ever. You know they make a chocolate one?
It's just got a chocolate coating on the outside?
Pudding, what?
No, coating, not pudding.
Oh. I heard pudding.
One of my kids' basketball packs he got the other day. He got a Russell Westbrook one. So he's a complete player, they call him.
You got Westbrook, what?
You get this Westbrook card, and it's called complete player.
Oh. I mean, he is the most complete player in the NBA, so.
Yeah, because that jump shot's money. Yeah, I bought a box of cards, a pack for them, so we can open one on stream, see if we get anybody
Okay.
that's relevant in this game.
Udonis has one.
Yeah. Is he the only player besides like the Warriors guys that have a chip?
What do you mean? Like in the game?
In left alive in the playoffs.
Oh.
I think so.
Yeah, probably.
Because he was around during the Heat championships, right?
He was around when Moses built the. What do you mean? Or Noah.
Right. So what do you think? We get like 300 people join us today?
Oh yeah.
Minimum.
Honestly, it'd probably be more than freaking my baseball streams. Bunch of cyclists.
Did you sweep projections?
Mm-hmm.
Was it like everyone's 50?
Oh my god. Alright, I'm done swallowing a payday. Good to go now.
I can't wait for that to be raw steak soon enough.
Oh, dude, raw steak is just like you wouldn't even know. That's dangerous. I don't know how you people do
None of it's a
that.
nice cut of meat.
Yeah, I'll pretend like it's raw. I'm gonna cook that son of a gun. What's up, guys? I didn't even check my camera. What? Is that good? I feel like nothing did. What's up, guys? Happy Tuesday. The date is May 17th, 2022. We've got one game on the NBA docket tonight. It is a Donnybrook. I cannot wait to watch two of the most exciting teams going at it. We've been targeting these teams all year long. Anytime they're on a slate, find the game and pass it over, man. My God.
Josh, get them together in the same game.
This is a black hole. Black hole game. But they are good basketball teams, and they gotta play, and we got a crippling gambling addiction, so we gotta make bets and find out what to target. And you guys in the free Discord, the Gundacker Gaming Discord, the Discord that there is a link in the description below to get on. You guys been chopping this game up for a couple days now. In addition to like CS:GO and WNBA and stuff like that. So, yeah, you guys are all people I don't want my son to grow up and be like. So, there's that. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. What's up, chat? What up, Nate? What up, Parker? What up, McCall? Nathan in the chat. D Woods, Emerson. What up, AOD? Tom. Limited money since Butler and the captain. Bam getting double before the third. Heat and 6. Bet. What up, V Jeff? Hopefully you guys are doing. Are you good, bro?
Yeah, I'm good, bro.
I got a different energy drink today. I don't know if you people ever heard of it. It's called A-Shock. I don't know if I'm A-Shock. It's kind of skinned like the black cherry vanilla. Another 300 milligram natural caffeine, no sugar. That's the selling point for me. And it's passion fruit, so a little different flavor for the flavor palette. So that's what's on tap for me today. But man, Josh, I don't know where we begin. All right, so we also got some basketball cards. I
got a pack for us to open.
When do you want to do that?
We do it from the beginning if you want.
I mean,
wait till the end.
I don't know, chat. We'll let the chat decide. Chat, you guys want to rip open this pack of basketball cards now or later? It's not one of those like $8,000 packs. It's just for like narratives and stuff.
Just for narratives, for fun.
For fun.
But maybe wait till the end. People like draw their way through.
All right, cool. Yeah. Well, what we're going to do today, we're going to peruse the RunDFS.com NBA VIP spreadsheet. I did put today's game in it. I did put a projection system. What the freak? A projection run. Words. What the freak? In there. So if you guys are RunDFS.com VIPers, I do have some projections that you can kind of reference for DFS, but more noteworthy for this stream for projections. And then something Josh has been doing in the prop detector, I noticed. So you're always posting like these banger cards, and people are like, man, how do you choose which four to do this, blah, 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 blah. And I know you're working on a video. We got a card correlation video. But explain to me what we're doing over here with the cards. So these are these like the cards you're running?
Not necessarily that I'm running, but it's like just taking from our top list, which most of the time is going to be what I run. But basically, once you create like your top list, and then just create these mixtures of like basically the top 3 plays I feel most comfortable with. I'll go like 60 to 75% exposure if I'm doing like say like 4 or 5 cards, and then I'll mix in like the rest of the top 10 plays.
So in card 1, for example, from the other night, it says Giannis, Luka, Booker, Tatum. Yeah. That's a 4-pick power that you would have got. Okay, yeah. All right. So, something new that Josh has been doing to kind of put together some cards.
Just to help, help people with the card construction.
So, as always, Josh will post his prop detector in the YouTube members channel in the free Discord. So if you guys are channel member here on YouTube, make sure you're linking your description. Link it. Well, Jesus, dog. I just didn't wake up ready to speak today. Onomatopoeia. How
He's
now?
Rusty, fam. He's rusty.
Bro, I guess so. I'm so used to baseball streams where I'm just talking to myself for 2 hours researching like a weirdo. But anyway, if you are a member of the channel, meaning you hit that join button below, it's like $5 a month. Make sure you link your Discord account with the channel, and you'll have access to the YouTube member channel, and Josh will post his final stuff. So if you guys are looking to tail some of his stuff, get inspired by some of his stuff, that's how you can do that. I just somehow minimized everything on my screen, so we'll put that back up. Let me get you back open. There we go. I don't know how I did that, but literally everything on my screen just minimized. I thought it was hacked. So we got the Celtics. We got the Heat. We got a 204 total 2-point spread in favor of them.
Go.
Bro, is this like a 99 Detroit Pistons game or something?
Yeah.
This is crazy. So, I guess let's open up the PrizePicks board. And we have the Heat as slight home favorites here, and then I think a lot of us have kind of called the Celtics as the champion. So for the Celtics to come in as road dogs, it's kind of an interesting twist. Well, let's pull up the NBA prop board. Let's look at all of the Boston Celtics props first. We've got Jason Tatum, 6 rebounds, 26.5 real points, 5 assists, 3.5 threes, half a block shot, 3.5 turnovers, 2 blocks and steals, a partridge and a pear tree, 42 fantasy points. Jaylen Brown's at 22.5, 5.5 boards, 3.5 assists, 2.5 threes. The 1.5 block steal line is up there for Jaylen Brown, 4 free throws. Marcus Smart's on the board, 2 threes, 5.5 assists, with a 28 fantasy point projection. Al Horford is on the board with 30 fantasy points as his fantasy point projection, 1.5 threes, 2 blocks and steals. And then Grant Williams, man, the best shooter in the history of NBA. Game 6s.
Well, you take 18 threes, bro. He thought he was Kobe out there, man.
Do you remember
threes?
when he was a rookie, he like it took forever for him to hit his first 3, and they were like dogging him, and then he finally hits his first 3. It was like a whole meme thing, and then he does that. Holy crap! Well, he's on the board with a 14 fantasy point projection to think about the over or the under. And then 1.5 threes. Is that not the trolliest line in the history of lines?
Yes. Oh. I mean, we were clicking on it midway through that last series, and it was just dud after dud after dud, and then he strikes one last time because it's that little bird to finish it off.
Yeah. All right.
And it ruins everyone else's potential and usage, like Tatum and Brown.
So I just read off the board. What, if anything, here are you targeting for your cards tonight from the Boston Celtics side?
Oh, Celtics side. Okay, so let's talk a little game script theory. Actually, just like since this is game 1, we don't really have anything to go off of. And actually, with that said, it's gonna be interesting because if there's gonna be any game that things exceed or go over, it's probably gonna be game 1, most likely, because the teams don't know what to expect from each other, like schematic wise, defensive scheme wise. So, there's always going to be room for improvement and adjustments after game 1. Game 1's always a wild card. So, I mean, with that kind of theory, you could say that someone's gonna pop off, even with this low implied total, or maybe even the implied total goes over. What Vegas thinks, but my kind of thinking going into this series, and this is what I think will happen. I think the Celtics are just they just outmatch the Heat too much, and defensively, I think you have Tatum, Jaylen, and Smart, who we've said all season long are positionless defenders. Like they can defend any position, and especially against the Heat. Like all 3 of those guys, tell me one guy in the court for the Heat they can't defend, right? Like even Marcus Smart can defend Bam. He was defending Giannis, posting up on him, and doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think Boston is easily the better team. And I don't know if you watched any of the Patrick Beverly rounds yesterday, but he was ready to fight people who thought that the Celtics were better than the Heat. He was like, "Oh, you think the Celtics are deeper than the Heat?" Yeah. Really, bro? I was just like, "Does this guy watch a Celtics game or like what?"
Well, the Heat matches kind of his like mentality, right? His mindset. But I mean, the Heat are dogs. I mean, they fight, but I mean, just the way the Celtics team's built, like I just don't see them getting past it. And another thing is like, so on the Heat side, you can find weaknesses, right, to attack. Playoffs, a lot of times it's about finding the weakness and attacking it nonstop. You saw that with Luka. Luka found Cam Johnson. He found Chris Paul. He's just like, I'm going to go and find you on the court, and I'm going to attack you and score. Well, the Heat have weaknesses, right? They have Tyler Hero, who's one of the worst defensive ratings as a guard. They have Strus, who's not a good defender. They have Duncan Robinson, who's not a good defender and why he can't stay on the court. So they do have weaknesses when they need offense on the court that guys like Tatum and Jaylen can't attack. But on the Celtics side, with the Heat, who are they going to attack? Who are they going to isolate? Who's Jimmy Butler going to go, oh, I'm going to go after this guy right here? I mean, I don't see it. I don't see who that guy is, who that weakness is. And Jimmy, the way he thrives is driving to the basket, getting to the paint, drawing fouls, getting layups, getting, Euro step or little step back shot. the Celtics will just build a little mini wall like they did against Giannis. And the stats that kind of blew my mind, and people want to blame Giannis for a lot of that last series, but I don't think it's by coincidence. So Giannis went from like around mid 60% shooting percentage down to 51% in that series. And then the KD went from a 63% down to a 53%. That's not coincidence, right? I mean, that's just good defense.
No,
But
we've been saying all year this Celtics defense, it looks like an all-timer.
yeah, but people want to blame Giannis. They say, "Oh, he disappeared. He had easy buckets he should have made." That's just what good defenses do. They make the easy buckets hard to make. And if Giannis and KD struggle, you're telling me that Jimmy Butler is going to lead this team for 7-game series past this defense? I mean, Jimmy's no KD or Giannis. I mean, he's good. I mean, I'm giving him his credit, but come on, man. I just don't see it in the series. I could maybe give Heat one game, because I will say this about the Celtics. The main weakness they do have is they don't have a true point guard. We've said this all season long. Tatum has tried to take over as a playmaker, but at times when he does that, he ends up just shooting the ball and being ball hog, and the ball doesn't rotate, and the offense becomes real stagnant and just doesn't do anything. So there will be a game where the offense just really struggles as a unit without that point guard to, a point guard will kind of pick up on offense when they're struggling and kind of get it, rev that engine back up, but they don't have that. So I will give a game to the Heat, but I think the Celtics win in 5 or 6. That's my prediction.
Little gentleman sweep call by Josh. The other thing that probably doesn't happen here, I mean, I think the Celtics do it. If the Heat take one at home, it wouldn't surprise me. But I think people are kind of I don't want to say overreacting, but them beating, the broken face, ripped thumb Embiid Sixers that Embiid didn't play 2 games, like that really doesn't impress me a whole lot. And I think, and we saw that Sixers team without Embiid, without Harden, beat the Heat. And I think there was towards the end of that game, we saw more Shake Milton and Maxey. Like, wait a minute, maybe they could have done something here. But I don't think the Heat are built to beat the Celtics here. We'll see if Jimmy surprises us. I don't think the Heat will also allow Grant Williams to have wide open shots. The Bucks were like content and letting Grant Williams beat them, and he he took that personal. He just went nuts. So
the wing defenders are too good. PJ Tucker and Jimmy are going to be out there in the wing. They're not going to let that happen. Definitely not. But I think a lot of the points for the Celtics will come through picking through mismatches and finding that weakness and getting the switch onto guys like Hero and Strus and Duncan. I think that'll be the main funneling of points for the Celtics.
Yeah. By the way, Jato, man, I appreciate you grabbing that baller sub here on the YouTube channel. Make sure you link your Discord account with your YouTube account. I'm going to look at some team metrics here. Going back into the regular season, the Miami Heat and the Boston Celtics were 2 of the top 8 slowest paced teams in all of basketball, and Boston and Miami were 2 of the top 4 defensive rating teams. And remember, Miami did not have a fully healthy team throughout the season, and they still don't today. But just think of how much better that defensive efficiency could be had they had more Butler, more Bam, stuff like that. So this is two strong defenses, and I was telling you before it went live. I swear, in basketball sometimes, if you guys ever heard the term 2 negatives equal a positive, I swear sometimes in basketball when 2 strong defenses get together, they just shoot out. And you look at the last couple of games for the Heat and the Celtics. The last game was on May 9th, 130-124 final score. Then on May 11th, 129 to 121. So this is all last playoffs, right? There's a world where maybe they do surprise us here. I do think it's way different teams, especially on the Heat side. But it just makes you wonder, especially for like DFS. Sometimes you just have this specific game script in your head that you can't get away from, and next thing you look up, it's like 60-50 at half, and you're like, whoa, wasn't expecting that. So Esteban, appreciate the sub, man. Welcome to the channel. But anyway, the logical game script here is we're expecting a tougher matchup, and it's going to probably be a more methodical offensive approach from both sides. So on the Celtics side, if we had to cherry pick a couple of props to start a list here, we key in on the high usage guys. Is there a specific Jason Tatum line that you want to attack? Fantasy points like the cop out for this whole game? Just like go after fantasy points. I have Tatum at like 52 fantasy points. The line on PrizePicks is 42, so I'm about 10 over. It is one of those. I guess from a prop better or PrizePicks better standpoint, we can kind of lean fantasy points a little bit more because they're two strong defensive teams, and we expect those defensive peripherals, but it also will give us a chance to have action and kind of get some information on how these teams will play each other, and then we can project the adjustments afterwards. But I do think think maybe Tatum's fantasy points is something to go after. Like, you think about who's the hardest matchup for the Heat in terms of guarding. Is it Tatum? Is Tatum the hardest body to defend, with Butler, Adebayo being like the likeliest to cross up? Is 42 fantasy points for Tatum something you want to attack, or where were you at on starting to prioritize some of these Celtics clicks?
Well, I mean, okay, so I think Jimmy is gonna guard both Jalen and Tatum probably equally. I think so. That last game they played, the most recent game they played was March 30th, and Jimmy Butler played majority of his on-ball defense. I looked this up percentage-wise on Jalen, on the perimeter. But I mean, there's gonna be a lot of switches, like I said, and Miami leads the league in switches.
For some reason, I read this backwards with StatMuse. It went in like reverse chronological order. So the last game was 106-98. So that is a little bit more appropriate to our expectation than 122-92. Okay,
and that last game is probably the most representative of what this game would look like in terms of who played. Because the other games, a lot of guys were out, key starters were out. But yeah, so that game was in Boston. I think Miami won that game. Yeah, Jimmy was on Jalen for majority of the time, and switched on to Tatum here and there. I think we'll see the same thing. I mean, just Miami's just a switch defense. But yeah, I mean, Miami. Okay, so let's say Miami. One of their things, the one way they're going to beat the Celtics, I feel like, is to shoot really well from three. They shot really bad from three in that Sixers series. They have to shoot well from three to make this a series. So let's say their threes start falling. Celtics are going to try to answer back, right? So I think Jaylen Brown's 3-point prop was probably one I would lean on, although he does shoot a lot better at home, if you believe in home road splits. But it's at 2.5. I could maybe consider that. Tatum's is pretty high at 3.5. But yeah, I think Tatum's turnovers could be in play too. Just like how much playmaking he's going to try to force and ball handling he's going to do at 3.5 turnovers against a team that fills the gaps so quickly and is one of the best at filling space and filling gaps. I could consider this 3.5 turnovers. And then his rebounds too. If Robert Williams remains out, I like his 6 rebounds. He should get a lot of misses in this game. And then Jaylen Brown, I could go with either his points are pretty low at 22.5 or his 2.5 threes.
Yeah, looking back to the regular season, and I know we said this about the Bucks as well, but when it came to points per game allowed via the 3-ball, Miami was up there. It was a lot. They were a lot worse than people thought. I don't want to say worse, but they were a funnel defense, a true funnel defense. With Bam Adebayo, with PJ Tucker, Miami allowed the fewest points in the paint. So teams naturally have to figure out how else can we score. And because of them being like the number 1 team at points in the paint, they did have some regression when it came to I don't think regression is the right word, but they did then funnel teams to score from 3. So I do think that 3.5 or that 2.5 threes for Jaylen Brown does make a lot of sense here, and we can paint a proper analytically driven game script to support that. I usually don't like go too crazy with home road splits, but We have seen this playoffs, especially in that Suns and Mavericks series until Game 7, that, yeah, there was some significant contrast in home road stuff. And I will say, maybe regular season, I'm way more pessimistic. I could feel, I could sense in the playoffs the pressure, the intensity, the electricity in the air is a little bit more live for, I guess, for the unquantifiable adrenaline aspect of playoff basketball. So I expect Miami to be pretty full. Did you see? So there's a local. Is it Tampa Bay Lightning is in the postseason for hockey as well, and like every Tampa home game is also the same date as Miami home game. Like the schedule makers did not care. So they're splitting the local sports fans up. Should be a lot. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, I'm with you on that 3.5 turnovers. I think that makes a lot of sense. I have Tatum right now for over 40 minutes. If you're gonna play 40 plus minutes against the Miami Heat are certainly one of the best teams in the league to pick some pockets. We look at the steals per game. Miami's a lot lower than I thought they were. Miami was a little below league average in steals per game. So maybe that's a little, but I think 40 plus minutes is enough for me to get behind 4 errant passes. And then you said rebounds for Tatum?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Wow, what? It's like you just heard.
What is Marcus Smart? Is he still officially questionable? I know he sprained his foot at the end of that Bucks game, Game 7.
Let me open up the depth chart here because I wanted to get the update on Robert Williams as well. Yeah,
because they have Marcus Smart at 2.5 turnovers, which is really appealing.
That is.
That last March 30th game, he had 6 turnovers.
Yes, Marcus Smart still questionable. With a sore foot.
Well, look, we can paint a picture. If Marcus Smart, for any reason, is a late rule out because of this most recent injury, that makes me like Tatum's turnover prop even more so because that's even more ball handling for him. But if Smart does play, this 2.5 turnovers for a guy who's going to be maybe not 100% and looking to pass and play make even more so, I could definitely get on that.
Yeah, the blurb I just read kind of suggested it could be a decoy scenario. It could be they know if he's going to play or not, but they don't want the Heat to know, a little gamesmanship. And then when it comes to Robert Williams, Coach Udoka said that Robert Williams will be available without a minutes restriction for Game 1. And that's notable because we talked about that game on March 30th. Robert Williams did not play that game. That was a game that Grant Williams started. So that would be a pretty, I won't say significant, but that would be a notable ripple effect versus what we can expect from that last game to this one. And Williams would definitely tighten the paint up a little bit. A big part of them being one of the hardest matchups to score on in the paint. So Robert Williams, yes. Marcus Smart, we don't know. But if Marcus Smart is in, we like the 2.5 turnovers as well.
I mean, I do. For a guy who's going to look to play make majority of his offensive possession when he's involved against a team that closes the gap better than any other in switch defense. On the road, not 100%.
All right,
I would say I wouldn't obviously play both Smart and Tatum, although they can both clear their turnovers, but I would just choose what you feel best on. Because you're kind of hedging. You're betting that the fact that one of them is going to dominate ball handling and try to force plays that aren't there, and which lead to more turnovers. So.
Yeah, that's fair. Looking at the box score for the last game between the Heat and the Celtics, Jimmy had 24 real points. Didn't do much else in terms of peripherals. But Kyle Lowry did play that game. He's not playing today. Bam Adebayo was 17 and 12 and 8 assists. He almost triple-doubled in that game with 2 steals. Strus 14-7. PJ Tucker did PJ Tucker things, and then off the bench, a double with rebounds for Tyler Hero, with 5 assists to boot. And remember, now we have Oladipo in the mix, and he wasn't in the mix for that game, so not 1-to-1. So don't go chasing waterfalls. And then on the Boston side, we got 40 minutes out of Tatum in that game, 23 points, 5 boards, 6 assists, 2 steals, 4 turnovers. So that would match up with our 3.5 turnover prop. And then Marcus Smart had 6 turnovers in that game. So and I would really like that call. He played 35 minutes that outing. And then Jaylen Brown was 5 for 9 for 3. So that's in line with our over 2.5 3 call here. Yep. And then their bench was just a 3 live crew: Derek White, Peyton Pritchard, and Daniel Toss. I don't know why I'm talking
right now.
Yeah, I just picked up a country accent halfway through that. I don't know what that was about.
No, but this is actually exactly how their rotation has gone recently in the playoffs. So it's pretty accurate. Yeah. Okay.
So anything else I need to add? Are we wait and seeing if Horford's still full fake? Robert Williams, anything? Yeah. Man, I was thinking with Robert Williams, what we had seen, and I don't know if you expect this to be the same here, is maybe we see less Robert Williams in the fourth quarter and more Grant Williams, depending on the scoreboard, and vice versa. So if they drop something on Robert Williams, if it's low enough, maybe we look at the first half. We don't have nothing right now, but that's if you think that's a range of outcome if they go a little bit smaller in the fourth in lieu of scoring.
Yeah, I think they go smaller overall in this series, to be honest. I think Robert Williams might be kept on the back burner a lot, but we'll see. Just due to the matchup of the Heat and their size, and they need Grant Williams and Al Horford out there together to help. They'll switch off helping each other guard Bam and Jimmy. I feel like a lot.
Okay. So are we cool? Are we comfortable with this just being the only 3 we're taking away from the Celtics for now? Tatum 3.5 turnovers or rebounds. Marcus Smart 2.5 turnovers. Jaylen Brown 2.5 threes.
Yeah, I think we consider Al's rebounds just for the fact that he's going to be banging around down in there in the paint with Bam. He's going to spend majority of his time marking Bam, so more rebound opportunity, I feel like.
Okay, cool. Lit. All right, so now we can shift focus here to Miami Heat side. And today is Taco Tuesday, and I believe we know that our Taco
Tuesday.
We know what our taco, or we suspect we know what the taco is, right? So it's Jimmy Butler, and
PRA. They did it.
Yeah. Oh. So Jimmy Butler's down to 30.5 PRA, and it looks like that will be the runaway taco here.
We wanted rebounds, but what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
We're gonna do. Let's see what my projections had for PRA on Jimmy Butler. Player props. Jimmy Butler. I had him at 31.5 PRA, so I'm slightly on the over, but by like 1 on the dot. So that's certainly. I don't know why the community would try to get the highest number on the board there, but whatever. We've never seen a Jimmy Butler taco fail before. Ever.
Oh, no. Even when it's 3 assists.
Yeah. Let's get caught up on chat here. What up, Kiefer? Says, in my opinion, Grant is Boston's weakness. Limited Monday says Heat and 6. Cam Loco says the Heat will forever be underdogs, but they are comfortable with being that. I think they're going to surprise a lot of people once again. I think that's fair. I just think the Celtics are that much better, but maybe the Celtics are asleep. The only thing is, like, I could see the Celtics. I don't know how to say this. The Celtics have been playing against a team that gave them some fits, right? The Sixers were so unprepared and
watered down,
bad coached, and I just don't think you're getting that here. What up, Pinstripe? What up, Chris? Lorenzo says Tatum 3-point prop. You like that? Okay. Quinn says PJ Tucker's defense could be a factor. Maybe it'll slow down the Grant Williams explosion game. Josh says Heat's only -1.5 at home with the better record. I think Smart plays, but never know. Country gun, yeah. Could we see bigger rotations with this being game 1 of a new series? That's possible, Josh. Early in the series, where you got a little bit more flexibility and a little less pressure to win the game, you could definitely see the coaches playing with the pieces they have, especially on the Celtics side, going to Game 7. If they can handle getting some Peyton Pritchard for an extra 3 minutes because he's getting hot or something like that, and then Robert Williams being back in the mix, certainly could get some looser rotations. And then on both sides, both these coaches, especially Spoelstra, he'll see what works and what doesn't work. So I do think you could have the loosest rotation starting with Game 1 tonight, and then as the series progresses, and as we get to like a Game 6 and a Game 7, that's when it really gets to like a 7-8 man rotation. Aguida, what up, Aguida? Is going to enjoy the Heat game sweat free and put all my chips on WNBA tonight. Let's go. Let's go. What's up, members of the body? Hope you're doing all right. What up, Mike? Strus rebounds over, maybe. I do think the Celtics are better individually. The Heat are a better team as far as cohesiveness. Maybe. I don't think I don't want to, like, that's kind of unquantifiable, I guess. That's more of an eye test, right? Like, we've seen both teams have team meetings. The Celtics had that rough start where they had multiple behind closed doors meetings with Smart, and then the Heat literally had Jimmy Butler and Spoelstra and Haslam at each other's throats, on the court. So I think both teams are very passionate. As far as cohesiveness, I don't know that I could justifiably say one has more than the other, but as far as just like the team goes, I don't know. I've been on the Celtics side all year, so I'm not gonna to flip flop here, but I'm hoping for a good series, and maybe the pace will be slow enough to get behind. So anyway, with that in mind, with the Jimmy Butler PRA discount in mind, I also want to point out that we have a discount on our other partner shop site for props, Underdog, and their discount is going to be, I believe, it's on Tyler Hero. So if you guys are looking for a little bit of expansion on your action tonight, Tyler Hero has a half a real point prop line over there, and I'll put a link to Underdog in chat. If you sign up with that link or use code GUNDACKER, they're going to double your first deposit up to $100. So usually I'll play on both sites, and I'll look at which site's giving me the better line. So, for instance, we liked Jaylen Brown 2.5 threes. They had that line over here as well. That's 1-to-1. They have a bigger line on Tatum real points. They're at 26.5. They also have Tatum at 3.5 turnovers, and then we were on Marcus Smart turnovers as well, right? They have him at 2.5. So there's a lot of parity between the lines today. Usually we see a little bit more aggressive lines overall, it feels like, on Underdog. So we might be able to get a little action on both. They have Tatum at 45.35 fantasy points, and Tatum over here was at 42. So you get a 3-point tax over there. So that's where you would like, if I like Tatum fantasy points over, I take it on PrizePicks and not so much on Underdog. But they do have that free square, kind of like a taco, half a real point for Tyler Hero. So take advantage of every promo that you possibly can. Use that link in chat and double your first deposit. So what's the max bet on the Underdog taco? I don't know. I think it's 25. I think it's mainly the same, but don't quote me on that. Let's pull up the Heat. The Jimmy Butler taco is live. There's 4 hours left on that one. 30.5 PRA. Josh, are we leaving that alone?
What happened? They should give an extra promo, like if you go under a taco.
I've been saying that. I've been saying that, and I don't know. Maybe they have a suggestions channel, but I know, like, in golf, like, the payouts aren't the same scale as, like, NBA. I think they go to like 12x or so. Maybe somebody in chat can correct me on that. But I've been saying, if they offer a taco and you bet the under, you should get like a better payout. You know what I mean? Whether it be like plus 100 or something like that, or plus 200. I don't know. But I like where your head's at on that. I definitely think that could be something that they install. I don't know the logistics or the legalities of it, but I definitely think, like, those of you that took a shot at under Jimmy Butler 30.5 PRA could certainly benefit, or it could just be fun to benefit. That way, there's not as much pure outrage when the tacos don't hit every week. You know what I mean? We're like, well, you could have took the under and got plus 200 odds on it or something like that. Anyway, so with that said, the board in general for the Heat, Jimmy Butler, if you move past the 30.5 PRA, The actual PRA on him is at 36.5. I had him at 31.5, I believe, like I said in my projections earlier. 31.5 PRA, so I kind of like the under on that. Maybe we can arbitrage cards here and go over on 30.5, under on 36.5, though I wouldn't recommend that. 5.5 assists on Jimmy with no Kyle Lowry. That's in play, but we definitely don't love that.
That's a huge taco discount, isn't it?
6.5. It's a 16% decrease.
Isn't it like usually 10 to 12? Am I wrong? I don't pay attention to tacos that much. I don't know, but
yeah, I don't.
It just seems like a lot.
It does, but 16% is the math behind it. You're the scientist.
I'm saying I thought it was 10 to maybe 14, 15 max. Yeah, 16. I don't know. That's how confident they feel that Jimmy won't. This taco won't hit. I don't know.
Jimmy also has a 1.5 steal prop. Now we talk about correlating cards. If we like a Tatum turnover prop or a Marcus Smart turnover prop, then it would make sense to correlate that on the card with Jimmy Butler over 1.5 steals, right? So something to keep in mind there. They also have Jimmy at 2 blocks and steals, 2 turnovers. I like these low lines more than the big ones. They also have Jimmy at 44 fantasy points. I have Jimmy right now exactly at 44 fantasy points. So we're pretty linear in that regard. And then looking over at Underdog for Jimmy, let me see. Jimmy is listed at 44.4 fantasy points. So Jimmy's in that category tonight. Bam Adebayo, 8.5 rebounds, 15.5 points, 2.5 assists. That's kind of a low assist line for a guy like Adebayo. 2 turnovers for him, 2 blocks and steals. That's also kind of a fun line to target. And then looking at Strus, they got him at 4 rebounds. I've seen people in chat mention his rebounds a few times already. 4 is something that he's not only eclipsed but doubled in the last 2 games. Again, Philly, a much looser defense here than Boston. 20 fantasy points for Strus. Again, something that he's eclipsed in 4 of his last 5, and I currently have Strus projected for almost 25 fantasy points. So maybe that's something to consider. I'll let you make the final call on that. Gabe Vincent's on the board, 1.5 threes, 16 fantasy points. I currently have Vincent for 24 as well, so that's an even better margin. 16 something that he's cleared in 3 of his last 5. PJ Tucker, you did your thing, dog, but that's going to be a no for me. Now, I would say PJ Tucker's got some really low lines, 14.5 PRA, 20 fantasy points as his prop, and he's come to play in a couple games lately as well. And then Tyler Hero, I like his obviously I like his Underdog half a point. We mentioned teams finding the weakness. Who's the exploitable guy? I wonder if the Celtics are waiting for a specific matchup when Hero gets out there. If they're going to match that ASAP. Yeah. Hey, go get Hero. Maybe Peyton Pritchard goes out there and just smokes Hero for 14 minutes off the bench. Heroes at 23 fantasy points, and then Oladipo 18 fantasy points, and then Dwayne Dedman has entered the chat. 7.5 PRA, 3.5 points, 3.5 rebounds, half a block and steal. No fantasy prop on him yet, but an interesting thought there. So let's start with the big boy, man. Jimmy Butler's going to lead this team in usage, probably lead this team in minutes. If the Heat win, we'll play that SAT question. If the Heat win this game, some of you guys out there think that they can, and they're 1.5 point home favorites, then Jimmy Butler has cleared his assist prop?
Assist prop, yes. Because that means the Heat shot really well from 3.
Okay. So, do we nominate Jimmy Butler's assists?
Oh. That hurts the core, dude. I was thinking under the 36.5 PRA and then over the rebounds.
Okay. I think that's fair. The under 36.5 is really aggressive. Let me see what Underdog have PRA on him.
I see why they. PrizePicks is loving this because Pinnacle has on Pinnacle he's at 36.5 and everyone's smashing the under on it big time.
I mean, I'm literally projected at under, so like I no argument here.
Yeah,
a tough defense. Yeah, so under 36.5 PRA, I could get down with that. Jimmy Butler under 36.5 PRA. Would you take? Are you just fading the taco?
Yes, correct.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
But I get it if you want to go with it. I mean, that means realistically he gets maybe, 6 rebounds and maybe 3 assists I project him for, so he would need just 22 points.
Okay. Let me pull up Jimmy Butler. Let's go in the month of May without Kyle Lowry and get to this assist rate. He has a 25% assist rate in the month of May without Kyle Lowry. And then looking at, let's go since the All-Star break. Since the All-Star break, Jimmy Butler on the court, Kyle Lowry off the court. He has it drops to 23% assist rate. So with a couple of different ball handling guards out there, whether it be a Hero, Oladipo at times, or even Vincent and Strus having the ball in their hands, yeah, I get it. But I'm with you. If they're gonna have to, if they're scrapping or they go down slightly, Jimmy Butler is gonna take over. The assist makes sense. I think I'm with you on leaning the under 36.5 PRA. And I'll just let that ride. And then the other line that kind of stood out to me was the 1.5 steals, just to correlate that with some of our turnover props.
That's a good call. That's another one that you could definitely go with. So remember, I know we're gonna discuss a lot of unders today, but remember on PrizePicks, at least you have to have at least one over in your card. So
Really? Okay.
yeah. You can't.
Yeah, I mean,
I've
I've never tried to bet all unders, so I guess that I've never had that issue before. But that's a great note.
I know this is when I tried it for a 4 power play. I don't know what it's like for a flex, like I say, like a 2.
I'm pretty sure that's a universal rule. But I've just never run into I'm a sucker for overs. So
Right.
I tend to have almost all overs. 90% of my stuff is on overs. So I've never had that issue before, but that's an incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, so okay, let's rank it. Let's do under 36.5 PRA as number 1, and then 2 we'll say what is 1.5 steals, and then 3 6.5 rebounds over.
Yeah, okay.
Or did you have something else in mind?
No, I'm telling you, I want you to have all of the credit for the failure of this game.
All the credit for the.
I don't want to see no gun special listed next to nothing in this game. All right, so
the Heat have notoriously burned us, so I don't see anything changing today. Okay, I want some. Speaking of that, I want some exposure to Bam unders, the sprint man. Do you know he leads the entire Heat team in pace? The center.
win sprints, baby, win sprints.
It's crazy. I looked it up, dude. I needed confirmation. Okay, so for him, what under could we consider?
I mean, probably the biggest number on the board, right? If I'm chasing unders, I want the biggest number, and it's probably not fantasy because he can block, get a couple of blocks or steals to +3 his way. So it'll probably be PRA.
Okay, let's do it. And then otherwise, I'm just fading him. I don't trust him. You know how I feel.
Bam Adebayo under 27.5 PRA. Let's see if we get a more aggressive line on UD. Underdog has him at 28.5 PRA, so you get a better under over there.
My dude couldn't even do anything on Paul Reed, man.
The disrespect. The disrespect.
Oh, and back to your Strus call. I like his rebounds a lot. I like all the guards' rebounds for the Heat today. And a big reason why is they're going to be their switch defense. What happens? It causes the guards to fall back into the paint and be more shallow, which leads to more rebounds for them. And that's why you see guys like Kyle Lowry more rebounds, Strus more rebounds, and even when Depot's in, he gets more rebounds, and even Tyler Hero. So that's why it's because of the switch defense. When the switch happens, they're going to be down low more often than not when the ball goes up. So I like Strus number 1 for his 4 rebounds. Number 2 would be Hero for his rebounds. But the only thing with him is he could play himself off the court defensively. And being game 1, there might be even a mid-game adjustment by Spoelstra where Hero loses minutes to Depot for Depot's defense. So it's more risky, in my opinion. So I probably lean Heroes under 14.5 points more than his rebounds, but I do like his rebounds. And then Depot's 3 rebounds I like. And that so it'd probably be Scher's 4 rebounds, Depot 3, and then Hero 3rd.
All right, I'm typing it up. Rebounds.
But I do like Hero's under 14.5 points, under the assumption that he could lose some minutes to Depot, because I think he will in this series. I think just because I think the Celtics will try to isolate and pick on Hero as the weakness.
Okay. So any rotational quirks from either team that we've grown privy to that you want to take advantage of, like a first half or second half? Looking at that, I guess the Heat game, the Heat rotation seems like it has a better chance to be wider, right? Like they just got Strus and Vincent and Hero and Depot. Like they can get really weird with it. So let me see what we can find.
And Hero's 2 turnovers I can maybe consider, but I'm just worried about the amount of minutes he's going to play.
Okay, that's fair. So in the first half against the Heat, we saw more Hero minutes in the first half. Maybe that's not fair because of the blowout. All those games were just man. The Heat having to play a real team now. I forgot what that was like.
Yeah, right.
Hero tends to get like a really big chunk of first half minutes. So
that's been the seat member, the Mr. Second Quarter. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Would you have any interest in a Hero first half? Are we getting like a 12 fantasy pro? Let me see. Hero's at 11.5 fantasy points in the first half, 10.5 PRA, which, unless we think he steals, the PRA is probably the better line because it'll save us from turnovers. But that's an interesting line. 10.5 PRA for Hero in the first half. Thoughts? Because, like you said, if he gets benched, it's going to be more of a big game impact rather than a 2 minutes in the second quarter decision, right?
Well, yeah. Well, that one time we all played his first half card prop, he got pulled midway through the second quarter and never returned against the Sixers. But yeah, remember that? It was midway through the second quarter. He got pulled, and we're like, wait. He plays the entire second quarter. Why is he getting pulled? And then he didn't return. And then we saw all those clips of him getting just burned.
But I mean, and then the next game he went back out there and played. So did he make an adjustment?
Yeah.
Looking back, I had that rotation earlier, but yeah, I'd be slightly intrigued if I'm just trying to diversify my portfolio of boards. 10.5 PRA in the first half. Like if he's gonna do it in either half, it's probably gonna be in that first half.
I agree.
Okay, I'm not gonna put that on the list, but that's intriguing. I feel like I had something open and ready, but anyway, also cross-referencing the underdog board here a little bit more. Like I said, we got a bigger price to bet the under on Bam Adebayo's PRA. So we were interested in 27.5 under. Well, if you like 27.5 under, you'll love 28.5 under, and that's what you can get on Underdog right now. They also have Bam at 9.5 rebounds, where I think he was at 8.5 on PrizePicks. Let me double check that. 8.5. So we are getting a little bit higher numbers on Underdog for some of these guys. So if you like the under, check out Underdog. If you like the over, get that action on PrizePicks. And then that's it for this game. So we can get caught up on chat and maybe answer some questions or acknowledge some thoughts. So you guys be sure to share that fire. We also have Josh. We also have 160 viewers with 30 likes. Come on, y'all. Come on.
Oh, we have 100. Let's go, man. 160 for one game slate.
For one game slate, bro. This is what I'm a little salty because Josh was like, "Do you want to do a stream today?" And I was like, "Man, I got a 10-game baseball slate that I'll stream to for like 40 people." But it's like, I made this joke the other day, but it's like, if I burp on this microphone for 10 minutes and put NBA on it, it's gonna get 100 viewers and 1,000 overall, and it's just like ridiculous how much you guys love basketball and hate baseball. But yeah, if you guys want to spam that like button, that would be great. If we get to like 70 likes, that probably increases your odds of cashing tonight. And then also, remember, Josh has been posting his favorite props, his ranked props, and then also card suggestions based on the prop. So an example, like he 4 or 5 cards here, mixing and matching the cards here. So you guys always asking, well, how do you put your cards together? Well, there's an example. He's been posting that in the Discord, the free Discord. If you're not in, there's a link in the description below. And if you are a channel member, there's a members only channel. It's locked. You have to be in chat. These cats with the G's and the pandas next to their names, they have access to this. If you guys want access to this, below the video, next to the thumbs up button, there's a join button. It's like $5 a month. It's you and Google. And when you do that, you can link your YouTube account with your Discord account, and this will unlock for you. So there's like 20 plus of you guys in here, and Josh will post that thing again today. So take advantage of that. Josh also has like a pack of cards, and sometimes you open these cards and you find a player, and it's the universe telling you something about that player for tonight. So if you want to have some fun, we can maybe rip that pack and see if there's a player relevant to tonight's slate. And chat, while he does that, you guys can throw your favorite picks and questions in chat, and we'll try to revisit. I got some time to do a little extra research if we need to get some.
And then while I open this, what about your boy Deadman 7.5 PRA? Let's say Bam gets in foul trouble or worn out from his wind sprints, or Robert. What if he comes in and Robert Williams comes in?
What if Ron Williams might start? No,
I don't know.
I mean, it's not a guarantee. I'm just saying.
It's not a guarantee. But let's just say what if the Spoelstra matches his rotation with him? Match ties. What if Dedmon and Bam play side by side? That'd be kind of crazy.
I feel like Robert Williams would just start. Look, has he come off the bench? That doesn't look like he's been coming off the bench. So I'd probably imagine it to be the other way around there. So I don't know. I don't have a read on Dedmon and how much of that is. What do we got? I got you maximized, by the way.
Oh, why would I open it, bro? Right, first card.
Let me see what you got. What is it? Jimmy. It's Jimmy, bro. It looks so in that picture. What is he doing? Is he receiving a pass? Is he deflecting a pass?
That's hard to say. That
could be a steal, right? It could be intercepting. It looks like he's jumping for a rebound going out of bounds, if we're being honest. Right?
Yeah.
All right, that's way too far back. Get in the camera. But anyway, so we were on his rebounds,
okay.
So maybe that's a sign for those rebounds.
Desmond Bain.
Yikes.
Farewell.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh. I can't make that out.
Wait, can I get
That's way too far back. You gotta get in there lower. Help.
It has auto.
It's not focused. All right, just is that PJ Tucker? PJ Tucker from the Bucks.
I can't believe this, bro. We're getting all heat right now.
This isn't like a heat pack, by the way. This is like a random pack of cards.
Giannis,
all right. Doesn't matter. All right.
Farewell. Oh, Luka.
Okay. For tomorrow, we'll get some Luka.
Ooh. We got a Celtic.
Okay. All right. The glare is too strong. Is that Marcus Smart? All right. Turnovers. He looks like he's about to make a bad pass in that picture.
Devin Booker. Farewell.
Oh, the Luka special.
And then last one. They always do the special one as last.
Is it Trae
Who
Young?
the Heat destroyed.
Okay. All right.
Trae Young.
Cancun.
There you go. Hey, it's all a sign, man. It's all pointing towards the Heat, dude. The last card was Trae, who they absolutely destroyed. And then Jimmy was the very first one out of the pack.
So so I think in that picture, Jimmy was chasing a rebound on its way out of bounds. So we had Jimmy Butler 6.5 rebounds as one of the props. So
yes.
So there you go.
So wait, you're saying to go with the rebounds?
I'm not saying that. You're the one believing that opening a pack of cards is the world trying to tell you that your gambling bets are, or you're trying to affirm your gambling. I don't know what you're trying to read from it, but there's tarot readings. We have just like opening random pack of cards readings to.
Yeah, no, man,
affirm.
you got to with these small games.
You don't, but okay.
And look, PJ Tucker, in his card, he's going in for a layup, easy layup.
PRA.
No, but all jokes aside, Dedmon's 7.5 PRA under the theory that he could earn more minutes when the Celtics go Twin Tower.
I mean, wouldn't PJ Tucker just do that? I don't know.
Sure, but I mean,
let me look at Dedmon. All right. We'll look at the last couple of games for Dedmon first of all. We'll get to the bottom of this. So Dedmon's kind of got like a loony thing going on, where a lot of his minutes are in the first half, and then it looks like Adebayo just closes. And it was only the last 2 games. Game 3, Dedmon, first half. So he gets a stint in the first, stint in the second, 1 stint in the third, doesn't play the fourth. So that happened in the last game, the second to last game. Right? No, it didn't. What is that? What's the reasoning behind his recent run? Is it a Markieff Morris thing?
Where he's playing like 11, 12 minutes consistently?
It's not consistent, though.
Well, the last 4 games he's played 11, 12, 12, 12. Is that because Embiid?
12 on the 12th.
Yep.
And then on the 10th.
He played
12. All right. On the 8th, he didn't play.
Wait, the 8th they didn't play.
He didn't play.
He didn't play, yeah. He was hurt. Oh, remember he had an illness. He was sick.
Oh, okay. And then on the 6th, he played 12 minutes. So... All right, so we're looking at those 2 games. So there's 4 minutes, there's 3 minutes. So he's getting about 7 to 8 of his 12 minutes there. So I would say if you like a Dedmon prop, you should probably look at his first half to get the better deal.
Do they have PRA for him first half? That would be nuts.
They don't have anything on him. They might eventually drop a fantasy score first half, right? That would be a little bit more.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll look out for that. So we'll add that on the list.
I mean, it's just 7.5 PRA for a center is pretty low, man. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of like McGee, I guess. I guess McGee was sitting around 9.5 PRA, 10.
Mm-hmm.
And he was playing about 10 to 12 minutes.
Yeah.
So.
What up, Jordan? Shout out to Jordan.
And then last one we didn't cover to finish off with Depot. You have any strong leans on him?
I don't. I think he's the anti-hero move, right? Like,
yeah.
All right, so let's recap the slate, chat, and then I'll get to the Discord and start working on some stuff. So this is the list: Celtics, Tatum 3.5 turnovers or rebounds. The Marcus Smart 2.5 turnovers if he plays, and I think that could be a borderline core play, right? If he's active and starting tonight. Marcus Smart 2.5 turnovers. Do you think that's going to be one of our top 5 picks?
I think so. For guys not 100% on the road against a good defense, trying to play make.
Okay. Jaylen Brown 2.5 3-pointers makes sense. Al Horford rebounds. Who typed a question mark on the teleprompter? That's one of those like I'm not in love with, but that's a Josh special. And then flipping over to the Heat, Jimmy Butler under 36.5 PRA, over 1.5 steals. Over 6.5 rebounds. This is basketball card approved. Under 27.5 PRA, but you can get that at 28 on Underdog if you want it. Max Strus 4 rebounds. I put a question mark. Tyler Hero rebounds, and then under 14.5 points in the full game. But I don't hate the over first half. I think it was 10.5 PRA. Like I think if his time to shine will be in that end of the first quarter, second quarter stint, and then per your recommendation, Depot rebounds and Dwayne Dedmon first half if they post it? Question mark?
Yeah. If they do, if they don't, I would say just like fringe, fun low line would be 7.5 PRA. Did you say for Hero? Did you say full game under 14.5 points?
Thank you, babe. You said that.
Yeah. I like that. I wouldn't do his PRA in fantasy just because he does pick up peripherals like rebounds and assists.
Well, what I was saying is like his first half is live though.
Yeah,
like
first half. Yeah,
10.5 first half.
Yeah, but his full. I wouldn't. I'm gonna fade his full game. Like I'm not gonna do under either. I'm just gonna do. If I'm gonna do under, it's gonna be on his points, his 14.5 points. And then I like over on his 2 turnovers and I like over on his rebounds. I think it was 3. think all the guards except Strus are 3 rebounds for the Heat, if I remember correctly.
Here we go. Hey, chat, the conversation literally never stops. If you guys want to keep the chat going, go to the free Discord. There's a link in the description below. Jump in there. Jump in that PrizePicks props channel. You guys are chopping up CSGO, WNBA. I'm going to work on baseball for the next 2 hours for the rundfs.com Discord. Maybe I have some time to sniff out some baseball props. Remember, if you didn't catch it, we got Taco on Jimmy Butler, and then on Underdog, we've got the half a point special for Tyler Hero. So if you're not on either of the site, get on, use one of my links, get your first deposit doubled, and then if you do sign up for Underdog, make sure to DM myself or Danielle in the Discord. We'll get you that Underdog roll. I feel like it's kind of late to set up a PrizePicks roll because some of you guys signed up like a year ago under my stuff, but maybe we'll do something there. But 2 links in the chat for that, and then Josh will post the prop detector in the channel member only channel here, and then of course Josh and myself have been pretty available here. So get in that Discord. Shout out to all you guys that have been in there: Beto, Wizzy, PJ, Plop, Trey Seasons. You guys are goats for jumping in that free Discord, and then. If you guys think you bring value to the Discord, share what you're running, man. No egos in there, man. It's all a team thing. So, twitter.com/Gundecker. Josh, I imagine you want to stream tomorrow. You would stream for a half a game. Yeah. Like, you would stream for some, like, half court.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I told you, I was talking to Gunn earlier. I said, we're going to need 2 hours minimum. He said 30 minutes. I said, nah, man, 2 hours. Look, we went over an hour.
That's because you don't shut up.
Hey, on a lasting note. Mm-hmm. Since we got Jimmy as the very first card when I opened the pack, very first person I saw, do we go with this Taco?
No. I mean, it's up to you. I'm not telling nobody not to, but I have him for 1 PRA above the Taco.
Okay.
So I'll just take the under on the higher line. But hey, man, maybe Jimmy's coming out making a statement. That's up to you guys. The Heat and Celtics have just been the bane of my existence from a projection standpoint all year. I'm a grumpy dude with these 2 teams.
Yep.
Anyway, so I guess we're streaming tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
right.
we got Warriors for sure.
All right. Well, chat.
I appreciate you guys. Pack.
Hit that thumbs up on your way out, chat. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I love you guys. Good luck. God bless. Go win some money. Really making bets on pack openings now.
Yes. I can't believe it. Like, so there's like 10 cards, and we got 3 guys from this game. I was like, that's nuts.
Yeah. There's a lot of glare. So, like, you put it in the camera, I was like, I can't read that. And then you take it all the way back. I'm like, what is this? Am I getting trolled right now?
All right, so next time I'll have my second camera looking down at the table at my hand.
You're about to be a professional pack opening streamer.
Hey man, we gotta mix it up somehow for the fam. I mean,
do they make WNBA packs? Let's just literally make cards of.
Do they sell those?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I gotta find them. I'll get my son liking them.
They should make playing cards. That's stupid. I have 10 baseball games to get to work on, so I'm going to do that. But I'm going to be in the rundfs.com VIP Discord chat just a moment. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to take a picture of these cards and put them on Discord.
Okay. Well, they're probably worth 40 cents each.
Oh, no. Not after this game 1.
Not after this PJ Tucker 50 and 20 game.
Yeah, if it wins their whole crew, like, all this money, then they're actually worth a lot. We'll see.
All right, man. I'll see you later.
All right, man. All right, later.